BCW fans, I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Fight for It was a great event from the Elks Lodge on Queens Boulevard. We kicked off the show with a triple threat women's match, which saw Adira set to face Vanity and Allie Rex. During the matchup, One Mean Team and Miss Jasmine come out, and Miss Jasmine inserts herself into the matchup. And Allie Rex ended up defeating Adira, Vanity, and Miss Jasmine. Second match of the night, we saw Talon defeat the Big O with an assist with his feet on the ropes. Next up was the number one contenders match as the good guy Azrael defeated wrestling's richest prize, Darius Carter. Next up, we saw tag team action as the Breakfast Club took on the Ugly Ducklings. And during the matchup, Francis Kipling Stevens of the Breakfast Club decided they were going to have a game of Duck, Duck, Goose. And as they were playing, out comes One Mean Team, and they insert themselves into the match, making it a three-way match. And the Ugly Ducklings ended up defeating the Breakfast Club and One Mean Team. Did they go to, I think they went to intermission after that. Excuse me. And then it was time for the Maxwell Jacob Friedman Open Challenge, which Friedman had made his return to BCW after not being seen in months. And it was answered by none other than Cooley K. And Cooley K ended up defeating Maxwell Jacob Friedman to win the match. But then all of a sudden, Daddy D'Amato comes out, and he and Friedman are face to face, and I can't remember everything they said to each other. I think Danny wanted to have a match with Friedman, and Friedman went so far to refer to Danny as Grandpa. Don't understand why he said that, but Danny eventually gave Maxwell that body vice pile driver move. I forgot what he calls that move. But then, and Danny leaves the ring. Next up, it was time for women's action as Faye Jackson defeated Katrid, the Clockwork Angel. Then it was time, the next matchup we saw the Notorious 187 challenge the Green Machine, Mike Orlando, for the World Heavyweight Championship. The match wound up a no contest when Azrael hit the ring attacking Orlando, and I think he and Homicide nearly got into it. Eventually, Homicide takes the microphone. He talked about the tragic events of Puerto Rico hit with a hurricane and an earthquake in Mexico, and professed his respect to Orlando. Eventually, out of the blue, the King of New York, EC Negro, attacks Orlando on the floor and does a number on Homicide, and prompted Danny D'Amato, who I saw sitting at the commentator's table, and Danny ended up chasing Negro out the door, and I saw Danny had to be held back, and Danny also, he had gotten hold of Irving Diaz's megaphone before Negro went out the door. And Danny then hit the ring, took the microphone, and wanted a match with EC Negro, and Danny even said to promoter Anthony Cole, I don't care if you got to pay him, I want him. And Anthony Cole took the microphone and said, if you want it, you got it. And then the action resumed with Alvin Alvarez defeating Ace Andrews. Now, at some point in this matchup, Alvin appeared to be bleeding out of his eye. I'm guessing something went wrong there and wasn't planned or something. And then our final match of the night, we saw a six-man tag team match as the Hit Squad and their mystery partner Rays ended up defeating the Pan Core Agency, Mr. Tibbs, Colossal Mike Law, and the Dagger Mick Drake. And during this matchup, I believe it was Mick Drake and manager AJ Pan, they ended up leaving Tibbs and Law by themselves before the match ended. So yeah, we definitely was all a great show. But time for personal notes. It was great sitting by Mike McNicholas, Jeff, Carlos Suarez, Whole Milk Mike of the General Admission Wrestling Podcast, Shane Fair, Bill Parham. I have missed a few people. We did have one memorable quote of the night. Don't come close to me. I'm not trying to die today. This one kid sitting in the front row during the title match. as Homicide and Orlando were out on the floor. Now, it was announced that BCW will return to the Elks Lodge on Friday night, November 10th. Thus far, no matches have been announced yet. But I would like to see Mike Orlando defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Azriel. Oh, boy. I'm not sure what else I'd like to see. Definitely. Oh, actually, well, it was great seeing Irving Diaz and Irving. Seeing that I have a new megaphone, I think it's time. Maybe November 10th be time for a new photo of us. Of course, this is not as big as what you've got. That's a monster, huge megaphone you have compared to what I have here. Even though this new one's a little bigger than my last one. But, still had, what else did we have for this night? Oh, Ryan Peterson bringing out the show, and glad he got to do it again. The crowd was a little bigger than the July show. And, you know, I just hope the crowd size picks up, and I forget what else happened. But again, great night of wrestling action, and can't wait for the next show.